Hey, hello everyone. How you doing? Hello Max. Hello Alex. Tocayo, Brax. How you doing, guys? How was your morning? How was your trading day? It was a tricky day, right? Tricky day. Hola Michelle. How are you? How are you? Hey Yasid. How you doing, brother? How you doing? Okay. Let's give it a minute. Let's give it a minute. See if more people joins. As you can see, doing well. Nice to hear that. Nice to read that. Nice to read that. All right. All right. I'm just giving I'm just giving it a few seconds here. Don't worry. View channel, playlist, live. This is it. All right. Hello Lilia. Today we are only 15 people. Hello Dave. How you doing? No shorts at all. Yeah, no. Actually, no shorts and only one long. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you in a minute. It was an awful day. I mean, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something today. Hello, Mr. Hans. You didn't see the link on the Discord? Yeah, I know. You know what? I'm always sharing the link on Discord. I think people already know where we are, the time and the place. So yeah, probably I'm not sharing the link on Discord anymore. I would like to see if people joins by themselves. The exercise is gonna be here. I mean, just as you know, just for a few assumptions, like a few days when power out or some sort of accident or something like very out of the blue. I don't have the trade reviews, but this is an everyday exercise. All right, this is an everyday exercise. It's not gonna stop. I'm gonna be here. All right. So yeah. So even if you don't see the link on Discord, we are gonna be here. All right, we are gonna be here. So do the same than acid, notifications on, and every time we go live, you will receive a notification, so you can just join that easy. Or if I mean, it's gonna be as always here on the channel. So don't worry. I'm gonna be here for a long time. It's just I'm gonna stop like sharing the link everywhere. All right. Okay, guys. So hello, Declan. Slow week. Yeah, awful week. Hello, Luke, Chandru. Awful week. Actually, I this is my third day doing nothing. Doing nothing. Yeah, absolutely crappy price action. I mean, yesterday it was awful. Uh, Wednesday, actually Wednesday, I tried something. I have a very small win. Uh, Tuesday, I don't remember if we had something on Tuesday. I think we did. Yeah, actually, I think we did. With well, 2 days in a row doing nothing. Right, 2 days in a row doing nothing. Only one trade on Tuesday, small win. Yeah, I kind of remember like trying to short this low of the day or previous low of the day, something like that, right? That's what we tried, right? That's what we tried. Yeah, but yes, exactly. Doing nothing is best. So I actually I have like a one phrase that I share every once in a while, like not losing money is the best thing just behind making money, right? Days like today, I mean, it's no worth to risk your money to deplete your mental capital and going to the weekend like with bad feelings about your execution, about your preparation, about how the day was. So doing nothing sometimes is the best thing to do, especially on a Friday, guys. If you are on one of the discords I belong to, we always share the Friday rules, and they are not only for like for reference. No, no, no. Use them, guys. Use them, because Fridays, they never make a hero, right? But they can kill heroes, right? So Fridays, be careful, especially if you are not used to trade same day expiration. Be careful with it. And well, that's it. All right, so guys, let's go to the chart. All right, let's go to the chart. Well, this actually worked. Now we are 38 people. Okay, that's pretty much an average day. That's good. All right, guys. So what I was watching today, I was a little bit bearish on my bias after. I don't understand this gap up on the pre-market. I really don't understand. Since yesterday afternoon, there were kind of a leak on the data for this morning, and it was not economic data, but it was data about the ruling for the tariff, the global tariff thing on Trump. So that usually is not leak, and I mean the court is never saying like, okay, well, I'm gonna give a testimony like tomorrow 9 in the morning. It was so weird. But we had this news. Today. It was I think something around 10 a.m. And look at this candle here, guys. I mean, this is a $4 candle. Yes, it is. It's a $4 candle, guys. This is not common. I mean, if you were writing this nice break displacement retest of the 5-minute opening range above the 684, 684 was the strong pivot from yesterday. Look at this. It was resistance, then support, resistance, support, consolidation, resistance, support on the after hours, support on the pre-market, resistance on the pre-market. So 684, guys. 684 was the number to beat. Buyers and sellers were fighting for that number, right? 684. So this is a very nice break, displacement, retest of the 5-minute, and reclaim of 684. So I really like this play here. And if you were writing this trade here, I mean, guys, you were just lucky, right? Even if you panic sell, I think you had something like this, right? 1 to 6 risk reward. Now, something that people were asking me this morning, other traders were asking me, Neto, how do you manage a trade like this? Guys, once you see a candle ripping like this, you sell 80-90% of your position. All right? You don't wait for this consolidation, right? You don't wait for it. You just, take the money and run. I mean, this candle here, and look how we are circling back to concepts that we share every day. Plan your trade your plan, know your ticker, understand your numbers, keep consistency on your trade size, so you can get familiar with your winners, with your losers. So all these, guys, is to understand that when you have a candle like this, this is not the standard. This is not regular. This is not normal. So if you see a ripper like this, you take the money and run, right? You don't wait for market structure. You don't wait to see for continuation. No, you take 80-90% of your position And if you want to hold something, that's fine. That's fine. But I mean, you need to manage your trade like this. So if you were taking a position like this, what were you expecting? First target, this 685.31. Second target, previous day high. Guys, anything above previous day high, it was a bonus for you. It was a gift for you. So I don't want to see people, I don't want to see traders that took a trade like this and they held half their position all the way to break even. And I mean, this roller coaster here, guys, this roller coaster is not good for the premium of your contacts, but also it's awful and it completely depletes your morale, right? This is so exhausting to hold. This is so exhausting to manage. This is the one thing, this is the kind of play, I'm sorry, this is the kind of place that depletes entirely your mental capital, right? And your mental capital, it's as important as your account, as your wallet, right? As your money, as your funds. So just make sure that you understand that this kind of play is not a regular. This is a complete deviation. This is completely out of standard. So when you see something like this, you take the money and run, right? You take the money and run. And this, it's aligned to plan your trade your plan. If your targets were 685.31, if your targets were previous day high, even if your targets were super aggressive and you wanted to wait for pre-market high, well, guys, this is completely above all of your targets. So this is how you manage a trade. And again, I'm going back and circling back to the concept of plan your trade your plan. Trade size consistency. Know your ticker as the back of your hand, right? Understand what a winner means in your setups, right? So if you can have all these together, a play like this, it's just a gift. It's just a gift. This is you should not be taking in consideration this trade in your journal. I mean, yes, in your journal, but not in your data, right? This is an outlier, right? This is completely out of standard. This is an outlier trade, right? So once I explain this, guys, do you have a question on how we should be planning or managing a trade like this? Let me go to your comments. Dave, thank you for explaining that. I was always cutting too early or too late, and it gives me context moving forward. Yes, Dave. I mean, even before you take your trade, you need to understand two things: your risk, where your trade is invalidated, how much you are risking per trade. And once you define your risk, then you plan your potential reward. All right. And when I say you plan your potential reward, it's you plan where you're going to trim your position, when you are going to take profit, when you are going to close your position, right? So this is exactly this. Shoki, your comments on the first trade setup are pure gold. I took the same trade on QQQ, but held some trailers after the huge up candle. Yes, Shoki, it's completely okay. Like, guys, I held 10% of my position. That's fine. I mean, 90% your trade here, it's like 3 times your expected trade, right? So, Neto, can I hold 10% of my position? Of course you can. I mean, and you can actually take them to 0, right? Because after this repair, probably you made like 350%, 400% right here, right? So it's okay if you take 10% of your trade to break even, or I don't know, like instead of 20% negative your stop loss, you can manage to hold, I don't know, 30%, but it's 30% on only a portion of your trade. All right, and well, that's it. Then people, it's Fred here. Fred, are you here? Fred from Scarface, are you here? Fred is a trader from the Scarface community, and he was asking how to define your no trade zones, right? How to define your trade zones. Well, he was asking how to plan his day, right? How to plan his day, and I have my own planning protocol for the day. And the first thing that I do when I'm planning my day, it's identify my no trade zone, where I'm not interested in trading, right? So, for example, this morning, I was not interested in anything between pre-market low or 682.50. Well, let's say 682, something like here, right? I was not interested in anything between 682 and 684. Why? Because that was the range from yesterday. So I was not interested at all. All right. I was not interested at all. Okay. Well, now I define my no trade zone. So that's kind of the toughest part of planning, right? Where I'm not interested in price action. And then my second step is, okay, well, out of this no trade zone, what I want to see, right? What I want to see. So for example, if I don't know, like a break of 682 or a break of 681.80, that's the pre-market low. If I see a break, displacement, retest, and a drop, I'm interested there. But I'm not interested on these, right? On these 684 failures, right? Why? Because this zone here between 682, 684, that was yesterday's range. So, okay. So now I identify my no trade zone, and now I identify what I want to do on my, on my playground, right? And also, it was not Fred, but someone else asked me, like, so Neto, if it goes above 684, you are not interested anymore? And I say, yes, I'm interested, but once you break 684. So if you break 684, make a new high, and then you come back and use 684 as a support turning to resistance, now I am interested. But while we were developing the first price action, I was not interested, right? So my no trade zone can change during the day, right? Can change during the day. For example, once we had these candles here, these 10:05 candles here, what do you think it was my no trade zone now? This is a question for you guys. Can you please type on the chat, after these candles here, what is my no trade zone now? I would like to see if you are following me here with this idea of the no trade zones. Inside the candle, the news candle, the news range, all right? So after we broke 685.31, after we broke 684, now I'm not interested in anything like here, right? Like this is just chop. This is crappy price action. Look at this. We have high of the day to low of the day in only 3-4 candles. So this is my new no trade zone, right? This is my new no trade zone. Unless something happens like this. Look at this. All right. So this was my new no trade zone. Something like this. All right. Something like this. However, look at this. Now we broke the edge of this. We used this was a resistance, then it was used as a support, and now we broke. We had displacement, we retested here, and this is continuation to the downside. But look at this. I mean, we broke this area here, and then we fail. So now I'm interested, right? But while we were here developing price action, I'm not interested at all. Is is that something, that you are, is that something that you are following me here, guys? Not sure if I explained this well. I mean, actually, I'm not sure if this is useful for everyone, but if you are just like me, like, like, looking for the break retest boom, uh, looking for the break retest boom, it's a failure on a break of ranges. So it's when you are using these flips between being support, now being resistance, or the other way around. So this is why. How do you figure the top of the no trade zone, brother? This is super easy, right? This is uh, this is super easy. Look at this. This is, it's very visual. Look at this. Look at this. It's very visual. It's very visual. I'm look at this. I'm not actually trying to identify, like, like, oh, this is a key level from the higher time frame. What I mean, probably they are key levels on the higher time frame. Probably. But I'm not even looking at the higher time frame. I'm just looking to intraday price action, and this is a new range, and it's so evident that I don't want to participate inside of that new range unless we break it and we fail it. Now we're talking, right? Now we are looking for the break retest boom. But until we don't break this range, it's like, I think this is the best explanation of it. You need a sweep of liquidity of the no trade zone, so you have more momentum to get through that zone. Yes, that's exactly what I meant. Thank you, Declan. Thank you, Declan, for that explanation. But that's exactly what it is. All right. So once you break these ranges, liquidity is swept, and then you can trust the next move, right? Then you can trust the next move. And let me tell you something. I mean, even with when this is coming back to the range, look at this. This is when this is coming back to the range. I will not trust, that is gonna break the demand zone, or the bottom of this new range, right? Let me do something like this. Look at this. So now you look at this. Now you broke the range here, right? You broke the range here. You come back, retest, have a small drop. Let's say this is a fail. This is a failed break retest boom. But then you try again. You failed. You come inside the zone. You come back here, and why this zone is important? This 687.50, this 687, 687.50. That's actually an area we have on the higher time frame. Can you see here? Is this box here? So this area has been used several times on the month. So now you are entering back to this area. You are retesting here, and then you are aiming to what? To the bottom of this new range, and that's actually what happened here, right? We bounced right at the bottom of the demand. So now look at this. Now we are actually going back to range. So this is just consolidations inside of this range. But the fail or the liquidity sweep on top of this area, it's making you trust that a revisit of the other side of the range, right? Okay. Um, why wouldn't the top be the top of the big green candle rather than, well, uh I mean, I don't decide the ranges. I mean, price decide that this was the top. I mean, I understand this is the high of the day, but look at this. This has more touches, and now this has like an order block right here, and this is. I mean, again, I don't decide the ranges. These are just like fail to break this 688. As you can see here, this is just this is just a fail. I mean, it tried to go over 688, it failed, came back. It tried to go above 688, rejection on 689, back to the range. It tried again, 689 rejection, back to this range. So I mean, yeah, I mean, you can say this is the new range, right? But I will I will be interested more in this range because this has more touches or more interaction than the top of than this new higher range, right? Or wider range. Mm. In hindsight, you can see that now, but at the time you have to decide on the fly. Well, that's it, DC. You don't need to decide on the fly. You decide once the range is done, right? I mean, there was no need to do nothing while we were here or here, right? Like, I mean, if you want to use the wider range, I mean, there was nothing to do here. There was nothing to do here. There was nothing to do here, right? Because in hindsight or live, this was just chopping on this range. All right. Okay. Hi Neto, did you catch the double top on SPY? No, that double top is not my play. I mean, sometimes, but there was no price action for me. There was no price action. I actually let me tell you what time I said, like, guys, thank you for everything. I'm leaving. It was 10:16. Session completed. Capital preserved. I'm proud of me. So yeah, yeah, you didn't trade it. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, when you are in a range, you want a break of that range, right? You want the break of that range, or you want the failures of the range, but not inside of the range, all right? And all right, it seems after the news scandal, you need to wait a little and see where price fails to get continuation to the upside and downside. Yes, exactly. Tokayo 1019, 1020 candles. Would you consider a lower high being put in 10, 1020, 1020 here? 1019, 1020. Now, this is just chop. Chop, chop, chop. This is just inside this range. And, well, what else? QQQ, kind of the same thing. This is the break, displacement, retest, previous day close above the 5-minute opening range high. You may have this, and you were lucky to get the God candle, right? As you can see here, guys, on QQQ, it was not the same impact than in SPY. All right, why? Because QQQ is more oriented to tech, and SPY has other industries, right? Other industries more impacted by the tariffs news. All right. Okay. Oh, QQQ. That was it. It's kind of the same thing. Maybe this was even nicer. This break, displacement, retest, previous day high. After this consolidation, it was actually this is just like the trade on SPY, right? Like, I mean, yes, you are creating higher highs, higher lows, or well, actually it's same highs, same lows, but here you made you were creating higher lows, right? So maybe these, for the break of these, I don't know, like I'm just trying to set a few opportunities here. Um, and that's it, guys. I mean, most of the names are pretty much the same. IWM, look at this awful consolidation. And then the candle news. I mean, you can't do anything here, right? Then AMD, just chop, consolidation. Amazon, it has this nice break, displacement, retest, previous day high. However, this is a 1 to 3 risk reward, but I wouldn't take this with the SPY as chop as it was. What is this? This is Nvidia. Everything inside of the 5-minute opening range. Just the God candle here. This is Tesla. This is awful consolidation. This is Apple. This is the break, displacement, retest of high of the day here, all the way to our key levels 262.35. That was a 1 to 2.8 risk reward. And I think that's it, guys. So I want to ask you something. How can I bring in my trading view your levels that you post? There's a link. There's a link on my website, Jogel. Go to my website. You can click on that link, and my levels are gonna show up on your chart. I think you can't copy them just like that. However, I'm working on something that you are gonna love. And March, the first week of March. Wait, Chandru, don't go. I have a few things to share. The first week of March, I'm gonna bring a surprise for you. It has to do with my key levels. Lilia, don't go. It has to do with my key levels. You are gonna love it. So please be patient. Second thing, just as I explained, it's taking me a long time to share the link of the live stream trade reviews every day on the different communities. So guys, it has been almost a year since we started, or I don't know, like 8 months or something like that. I mean, it has been more than half a year where we consistently have been sharing this exercise with you. We go over SPY, we go over QQQ. Now we included IWM. We see most of the tech names, the Max 7. If you have a trade that you want to take a look, we do it here on live. Just remember, please subscribe to the channel. Please turn on the notifications, because I'm not gonna keep posting the link like every day. I will try to do it, consistently, but I mean, it's not gonna be my priority now, because I'm changing my schedule, so it's taking a bit for me to share the link every day. But be sure that we are gonna be here. I mean, unless it's a bank holiday or something like that. But Monday to Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern time, guys, please be here, right? Please be here. Bring your questions, bring your trades. We can review all of that, right? Daily reminder on Discord is not needed. All right, thank you, guys. Thank you. Also, we are so close to launch the performance coaching community. It's gonna be great. It's not about live trading or something like that, but guys, you are gonna love it. So please wait for the news. The kickoff, it's expected to be on March. We are doing a soft launch, and then it's gonna be open for everyone. So please stay around, be around, be here, be present. And guys, thank you very much. Journal, reflect, reset, and I will see you on Monday. Thank you very much. Raj, I'm gonna send you an email right now. Sorry about yesterday. And guys, have a great weekend. See you later. Bye.